right, here we are inside Nine Pin's tasting room with Josh. Thanks for hanging out with us a little bit today.
So good to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, I know. I've been stopping in here to have some drinks, but I haven't been lucky enough to catch you. So.
I know. You texted me the other night, and you guys were hanging out, just enjoying the outdoor fire pits and whatnot. You said it was toasty, yeah.
When people see the name Nine Pin, often after it says New York's first farm cidery.
Yeah.
And you know, for people that don't know what that means, I would think, you know, like, well, all apples come from farms. Isn't every cidery a farm cidery? So what does that mean when you are New York's first farm cidery?
Sure. So the farm cidery law was passed by Governor Cuomo in 2014. Mm-hmm. We were just the lucky ones that happened to be the first people to get our license in for that law. So what that meant is that we have to source 100% of our New York palm fruit, that means apples and pears, from New York State farmers. And that allowed us to actually open our own retail operation here with the tasting room. So cideries before us, you know, obviously were sourcing the apples from New York State, but we were actually the first tasting room opened in New York State.
I was blown away the first time looking at all these taps. Like, you got like blueberry, raspberry, Earl Grey, ginger, just like the range of flavors that you guys got going on here is pretty impressive at any given time. Like, how many things do you have on tap?
Well, we always have 8 ciders on tap, and we have 8 New York State farm beers on tap, in case somebody wants to come in and enjoy a beer.
What's your favorite out of all the flavors? Do you have one?
Yeah, I mean, my favorite, of course, is our signature cider.
Okay.
That is basically the cider that made me fall in love with Nine Pin. When my cousin Alejandro, who's the founder of our company, first introduced it to me as a 21-year-old. He was making them in his basement at the time. Alejandro was up in Vermont. He was learning to make hard cider up there. He grew up in Columbia County. He grew up in Ghent, New York. You know, basically the mecca of, you know, apples in New York State. And you know, he realized it was like, I'm gonna move back home where, you know, he knew there was like this great diversity of apples to make hard cider with. We source from an orchard in Columbia County, some Mascot Orchards. They bring their, you know, truck their juice up here. They fresh press it for us, we ferment it.
Speaking of the cider, you make a lot of it. We gotta go check out these giant tanks where this stuff is made, because it's pretty cool to see. All right, so let's go check it out.
Hell yeah.
This is so much cider.
Oh,
this is a lot. So like, looking, you know, this way, you have all these huge tanks, the 7 Dwarfs.
7 Dwarfs.
Was this your idea to name them that way?
You know, I don't remember whose idea it was, but it's very fitting. So we have our 7 fermenting tanks right here. Each one of these tanks holds 6,000 gallons of cider, and they're pretty much all filled right now. So what you're looking at right here is 42,000 gallons of New York fermented cider.
That's a lot of apples.
That's a lot of apples.
Oh my goodness.
So really all the cider that's in those tanks is all different, because you know, different cider at different apples, you know, obviously have different flavors and will produce different qualities of hard cider. And we're always looking to improve our cider. So if you were to taste our cider from 7 years ago when we opened our doors, it is completely different, which is crazy. And we've subtly changed it over the years to make it more. We've made it more dry. We've made it a little bit more acidic. So we're always working on improving it.
This past year, I think it was, you guys just released the light ciders.
Yeah.
And so what was the idea behind that? Because those are, you know, a little bit different, but all the flavors are really like refreshing and light and stuff, and they're really good. How did you guys come up with that idea?
Yeah, so that was, you know, kind of inspired by, definitely there's been a health craze, and a good thing, right? And people are concerned about calories and sugar content, and we noticed that in the market. So we wanted to offer maybe a low caloric beverage, low alcoholic beverage for someone who still wants to support New York agriculture while they're doing it. So they don't want to just drink like a big brand hard seltzer, right? Right. They want to drink maybe something local and where they can feel like they're supporting New York agriculture while they're drinking. Well, dude, do you want some cider?
Of course, I'm here.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, man, here's your Earl Grey cider. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone that wants to come down to Nine Pin right here on Broadway,
you
know, you can hang out in the tasting room or hang out by the fire.
Like, you got both. Whatever you're comfortable with. We'll do our best to accommodate. We understand too that, you know, if you don't feel comfortable sitting outside or inside, we're still doing all of our ciders to go, delivery, ship, so you can actually ship, you know, on 9pincider.com. You can go, and if you live in the capital region, we'll actually ship it right to your door.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And when people come hang out here, you guys got a pretty good little food menu too.
Yeah, not too bad. We're actually starting up our lunch hours. We just started doing them this week, starting at noon, Tuesday through Friday. And today, since you know, we're filming this on a Friday, we're actually launching our mac and cheese Fridays.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, no. So we're doing some mac and cheese today, and then we have some. We did a pulled pork event last night, so we have actually some leftover 9 Pin braised pulled pork. So people can do that as an add-on if they want.
Oh, there's just so many delicious flavors in this one little building.
What can I say, man? Yeah, we're in the business of flavor. You're in the business of sound.
All right, well, thanks so much.
It's all about the senses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for hanging out, letting us have a drink by the fire.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate you guys coming down. I think what you guys are doing is at Mirth Films is really cool. You know, trying to come out, support local businesses like ours. I know you've been to a couple spots already, and you plan to go to a couple more. So if any local businesses out there that want to work with Mirth Films, I can't give you guys enough good things to say.
That's all we're trying to do, you know, with everything going on, just trying to connect, you know, music with venues and bars, with great, you know, businesses like you. Just connecting all the dots to show local people all the cool stuff we got going on in the area.